Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bunkelvi here for MMOBomb.com, and today I'm going to do a first impression gameplay video for Battle for Graxia, a recently revamped MOBA published by Petroglyph, and I'll spend about 15, 20, maybe even 25 minutes or so checking the game out, making my usual style of commentary. If you want to learn more about the game, I highly suggest you check down below at MMOBomb.com for the full game profile. So, for those of you unfamiliar with Battle for Graxia, it actually used to go by the name of Rise of Immortals, which came out last year under Petroglyph. Now, Rise of Immortals was a hybrid MOBA-style PvE, PvP MMO that had all these different aspects to it. It was kind of like really spread out, and there was several complaints about the game. Because of this, Petroglyph decided to take the game and go ahead and revamp it completely, change a lot of the graphic aspects to it, remove pretty much all the PvE aspects to it, and essentially make it into a PvP MOBA. I played a couple games, and honestly, it reminds me a lot of League of Legends, and we'll talk about that more as the game actually progresses, as well as what is familiar for pre-existing Rise of Immortals players, and what is familiar for players of just MOBAs in general. So to begin with, the first thing that old Rise of Immortals players may notice is the fact that the game plays, or rather this area, the loading screen, is very much like other traditional MOBAs. Originally in Rise of Immortals, you picked one character, and then that character preemptively is what you chose before the battle even began. Why they didn't start with this system just to begin with, who knows? But the way it worked essentially was a player would pick a character. This was a character that they already predefined their artifacts and such, which artifacts basically are runes, the rune equivalents in this game, that allow them to customize the character to have, additional bonuses and buffs outside of the game. Once they chose their character, they then loaded into the game, waited for the match to start, and then everybody else had whatever other characters they chose. Didn't really make it good for team cohesion, and didn't make it easy to actually, create a cohesive team to play with, because a lot of times you get a character and everybody would be mages, or everybody be tanks, or everybody be ranged DPS. And you see how that doesn't work very good. So it's at least good to see that they implemented something as basic as this. Now, the game recently just released onto Steam, so we have a lot of new players coming in here, playing it for the first time, maybe new to MOBA, so you may see some high amounts of feeding here. I'm going to go ahead and go with Ascadia, Weaver of Shadows. I played her last round. She's a mix of a pet DPS class and mage, who can silence enemies, who can teleport her little minions on top of people, and generally just do all kinds of really weird and crazy stuff. So on top of that, we have a couple other different characters. Now, one of the main complaints the game had originally when it was Rise of Immortals is that the art style and the graphics were really terrible even in ultra settings. I have to say the graphics have improved somewhat from the original, but a lot of times the art style just isn't cohesive in general. We'll see as we actually get into here, a lot of these characters look vastly different. And while having diverse characters isn't a bad thing, they kind of don't look like they fit usually in the same game. So for example, as we're waiting here, I can't click on anything while we wait for the players to load, but as we wait here for some of our characters to load in here, this guy right here, it reminds me a lot essentially of Duke Nukem. In fact, he has a skin that has a Duke Nukem style skin. It just kind of seems out of place with all these more magical based creatures to have a commando in here. I mean, I guess unless we're playing like some kind of fighting, game like Marvel vs. Capcom, you could have that sort of really craziness to it. But if you're wanting to kind of keep the same style of art style, make games or make people really easily discernible, you got to have some kind of cohesive art style that across the board, makes for the same experience. Now, here's another little issue I have with the game. The actual store itself takes a little bit to open up for the first time. It's not really quick and snappy, and you do have to wait a couple seconds for it actually to load up. You do have everything broken down to attack, ability, defense, and utility, much like you do in League of Legends. And in fact, it also has its own sort of Masteries pages as well, which we'll talk about after the game's over. I'm pretty low level, so I only had one Mastery point to spin, but the Masteries themselves are broken up. They're called the disciplines, and they're broken up into 4 different categories. One of them is for attack damage style of heroes or immortals in this case. Another one is for the magical ones like myself. Other one is for support, and the last one, of course, is for tanks. So the actual style of jungle you notice is somewhat similar to other MOBAs. You do have a little bit different camp placement, a couple in the back, these 2 on the sides. Looks like we're getting 2 characters going in the middle. Okay. Only 1 mid? Let's see here if I can do this. Only 1. I can't type for crap in this game. Only 1 mid. There we go. Question mark? There we go. Alright. Now that I've completely failed with that, I'm going to go ahead and go top here. Actually, it looks like he's going to go top. I'm going to go ahead and go bottom. This guy looks like he is jungling. He apparently has played this game before. or perhaps he's just getting some early creeps. If we look down here, it looks like there's also some kind of super monster, as well as another super monster over there. Again, very much like League of Legends. In fact, they even have the typical brush, which you would expect as well. So the first skill I'm going to get is my W, which actually teleports my minions to the target enemy, allowing them to deal damage with them. But it also allows me to silence them for a few seconds. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Pull back here. This is one thing I did not expect. So there is no attack key in this game, and if you are a big player of League of Legends or other MOBAs, you're used to, say, the A key allowing you to attack, whereas the S key allows you to kind of stay in place. And unfortunately, A key does not allow you to attack, so you're left with just using left and right mouse click buttons, actually just right mouse click button, in order to move around effectively as well as attack the enemies. So you're probably going to lose some CS trying to get that. Now my minions do assist me. They automatically start attacking whatever character I attack. Kind of like Malzahar in League of Legends. This character is just letting him take all kinds of damage. My characters as well can take damage, however, they can also regenerate. So even if I lose one, they will regenerate over time. So I'll show you how this ability works. If I do this, and then I can do that, and that will allow me to do a lot of extra damage to them. So Q actually made them explode, whereas W teleported to them, silenced them, and allowed them to start attacking them for extra damage. There we go. Trying to get these last hits. I don't have any more of my little shadowlings right now because I actually made them explode. That guy reminds me of kind of Lee Sin. As a monk somehow, he kind of did some kind of flying kick in the air. He's just letting him auto-attack him. Don't let him auto-attack. Come on. Alright, so this guy, we've got 3 of our little shadowlings back up now. Let's see if we can get some good auto-attacks in. So I can let them auto-attack, and then boom! Auto-attack him, or make him explode rather, for increased damage. He really has to make sure to watch out, unfortunately, though. He's letting himself getting auto-attacked way too much. Oh well, it gives me some free farm. Like that, no problem. My third ability on my E makes me go basically invulnerable for a certain amount of time. Then vulnerability allows me to like evade damage, but it doesn't allow me to any abilities. However, I will do AoE damage, not damage, around opponents around me for a certain amount of time, which is very nice. So let's see if we can get a kill on this guy really quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and teleport these guys. Hopefully, nope, he's going to run away at the last second. But I can zone him out a little bit, which is nice. So I can put him on him now. They can attack a little bit. And then I can do that auto attack damage. So now he's really low. He can't really do anything. Basically zoning him out of the lane. That ability was just quite out of range, unfortunately. Unable to hit me with that. So I'm just going to wait for the abilities to come off cooldown a little bit. Oh, and First Blood. Unfortunately, we did lose our... Did we get First Blood? Yeah, we did actually get First Blood. Okay, never mind. Looks like it was a close call for the other individual as well. Oh, hey there. It's alright. You're dead. Silenced. Boom. Come on, right there, right there, right there, right there. There we go. I don't know what he was doing. He's chasing after the wrong guy. Alright, so we've got ourselves a kill here. I feel really bad playing against people who've never played MOBAs before, because as someone who's played MOBAs quite a lot, there's a lot of basic mechanics that you just learn over time that are applicable to all MOBAs. So I know a lot of you are screaming, oh my gosh, this is just such a League of Legends clone, or what have you. And it may be true that it shares similar aspects to League of Legends, but that just means that usually those are good mechanics to implement in the MOBA genre. Remember, MOBAs themselves are only a few years old, obviously notwithstanding the originals that created the MOBA genre, but new MOBAs, the mainstream market MOBAs, that market is fairly new, and so we see a lot of games just trying to do similar things of other MOBAs, but adding a different, unique art style, gameplay mechanics as well. I just wish there was a little bit more originality implemented in the revamp. So again, trying to get this thing to open up, very much laggy. So we can go with something that gives me additional max mana, or I can go with things that give me spell power. Now spell power is also something that's new to introduce to the revamp. Basically ability power from League of Legends as well. And I have different kind of recommended items I can choose from. I'm going to go ahead and go for mana regen so I can kind of sustain myself a little bit more. Can't really buy anything else. The game uses a sort of Smite style of upgrade system, whereby you can upgrade items individually over 3 times, or 3 times rather, allowing you to get a maxed version of an item instead of just combining multiple items like other MOBAs in order for you to create an ideal item that you actually want, kind of like a high tier item. So now we're at 4-1. Ooh, and he got a double kill. Nice. By himself, no less. Eking out just a little bit. And close call indeed. So there is those emotes here. Level 2, though. I don't... Is he just, like, hanging back in base? Did he just, like, quit? This is the one bad thing about low-level MOBAs. When you're playing with a lot of people who are new to the game, they'll just up and quit because they're like, alright, I'm just done playing. And it kind of, like, screws people over. But, you know, we should be okay down here. I can handle myself. That's not a problem. Let's see if we can just keep farming some kills off of these guys. Keep getting some auto attacks as possible. Now, I can't get my ultimate, of course, to level 6. One thing I should mention is you see on Control D, I have an additional ability. One of the unique mechanics about this game is that you have a special ability that you can use once per game. Once you use that special ability, you can no longer use it at all anymore that round or this match. And so what it allows you to do is kind of use it in these clutch maneuvers where you feel like you wouldn't be able to win a fight otherwise. There we go. Level 6. I got my ultimate now. My ultimate allows me to... Oh, come on. I kind of... God! There, come on. A little bit more. Alright, let's see if we can actually get him. You gotta get you. A little bit more. That's alright, look. Let's see if we can get away. Oh, no, I'm snared. Nah, I'm gonna go down. Oh, I wish I could have got that, guys. I honestly wish I could have got that. And my keyboard is, like, moving all over the place. I can't believe he just left me, though, at level 2. I don't know what he was doing. Levers are always a problem in MOBAs, unfortunately. That guy... Those things should have teleported right on top of him. I don't know why they didn't. You're supposed to use this ability. You're supposed to teleport to them, and then you can actually explode them. I'm not really sure if I didn't read that correctly or not, but it didn't appear like they did that, or else I would have exploded them from the get-go in order to deal maximum amount of damage. And this is, again, laggy. So there are definitely things in this game that could be improved, bugs, etc. I just upgraded my boost to level 2. Should give me a little bit more power. Yeah. This was the guy that was actually in my lane, I believe. He went to go help since the other guy did leave. But we should be okay. As long as the game doesn't get into... Oh, look at that. Just killed that guy like it was nothing. He's slow, though. Hopefully I can get to him as fast as possible. No, he's going to be okay. But he is going to maybe go after him. So I'm going to ping here so then we see if we can try to get a kill. Look for him. Don't see anybody, though. But our team is just crushing people right now. Unfortunately, that guy just went down. Oh, there he is. No, get him, do it. See, this guy knows how to play. He's going to use his super ability, it looks like, to go down. It reminds me a little bit of the Blind Monk from League of Legends, although I don't know anything about his abilities, so I'm not really sure if they are similar or not. Although some of the abilities certainly look a lot different, at least aesthetically. Alright. Now I can go ahead and attack this tower finally. Now, unfortunately, my little guys don't attack the tower with me, unlike, say, Malzahar from League of Legends, which is a little bit discouraging. I do like the fact that I can see the individual HP of the tower just by hovering over it without having to look at the top. That's one thing that always annoyed me, is that I couldn't see how much HP things had left simply by hovering over them. I had to like, look up in the corner. My little monsters do indeed get taken out if they get in line of the thing. Oh, I need to back myself up a little bit. Do a little bit extra damage to him, but not too much, so gonna have to continue ranking up my Q. Need to pull back just a bit because I am by myself. I want to move to other lanes, but don't really like just sitting here when we got the enemy there in the middle here, just with level 2 boots. Looks like he's just farming up. Really just gotta make sure that I don't get stunned or slowed. I do have like that one defensive mechanic that is very nice. Just trying to get as many last hits as I can without feeding. Oh my god, what is going on here? Alright, so I'm going to do this here, which allows me to just go invulnerable. Again, there is that gank, attempt gank, but E just makes me completely invulnerable. Really is a nice defensive buff. So let's go ahead and use this ability, which allows me to mobilize. I've got also the slow. And then boom! Come on, finish him out. There we go. Got the kill on him. Nicely done. So that is an effective use of all my abilities. What is this guy doing? I'm going to use my little AoE damage. It does a lot of damage to them very quickly. Able to easily take them out. Now, my ultimate ability summons an invulnerable pet that follows me around, autonomously and attacks nearby enemies, dealing 90 magical damage with their melee attacks. And I'm not really sure how long this lasts, but we'll try it the next team fight just so we can actually see what it's about. Yes, we will. You shall fear me. It's funny that they would try to gank me down below, probably just because I was vulnerable, seeing as I don't have a lane partner versus 2 other individuals. Starting to get the last hit a little bit better now. Wait for these guys to go ahead and kill. I really want to kill this tower though so I can roam. I mean, there is certainly potential. If you want a game like League of Legends, but don't want to play League of Legends, you can definitely try out this game. The only difference is I would recommend that the developer wait for the developers to fix a couple of main issues. Like, I want them to add in the ability to hit A to attack. That's such a crucial thing if you want your game to be considered as a reputable MOBA. You know, you need to give those type of commands make them available rather to players. So alrighty here. Let's go ahead and just pull back a little bit. Top is just getting crushed. They're just crushing people. Hopefully we can show off some of the monsters soon. So maybe if we ping here, everybody will come. We can actually check that out. Hopefully he isn't also AFK now, because that would be terrible. Apparently we're not supposed to do that right now. Not high enough level. I would assume it's something like Dragon, but it may be something even stronger than Dragon. We may have 2 AFK, or he may be waiting to get a gold so that he can actually finish off a item. Hopefully it's not 2 AFK, because that would certainly suck. The other team has voted to continue playing. Alright, so they did vote to see if they wanted to end the game. That is one thing. The surrender option is, like, I think only 10 minutes in. So you can certainly surrender a lot faster in this game if in comparison to League of Legends, which requires 10 minutes. I mean 20 minutes rather. So I can do that, and then I can explode them, do a little bit of damage. They're just a little bit slow, unfortunately. Kind of have to just use your ultimate ability first, which is what I'll try to do. Oh, I totally whiffed it. All right, let's go ahead and slow. He is silenced now. We did get them, so I did get that kill. Now I'm gonna have to go invisible here. Oh man, so many guys coming. Control D. Control D. There we go. Use my HP pot. I gotta survive. I'm alive. Where's my ultimate little guy? Did he die? Did he already die? Whoa, there's so many people here now. So I will have to pull back here. They're all trying to gank me bottom really quickly. No, I actually may have not been able to use it. But now there's all of a sudden 3 down below. 4 down below. I need to run away. They're all down below. Nobody on our team at all called MIA. Everybody was just like, oh, hey, entire team. Cool. No MIAs? Mias? There's like a billion people there all at once. So just trying to end the game as fast as I can. I gotta go ahead and pick up some items as quick as possible. Can I pick up the next version of this? The Spirit Shard. Yeah, so I can. So I'll go also pick up some spell power for some damage. But we just crushed 2 of them there. So doing well. Ninja is a level 13. He's absolutely destroying people. What has he got? A stuffy doll, 20 spell power, and 2 defense, spell vamp, cooldown reduction, lifesteal. So it's like maybe like a magical / physical damage version of Lee Sin. At least some of his abilities look similar to that. Now I'm assuming there's also wards. I did not see them in the shop immediately. I just saw the potions. We can go ahead and take a look at the enemy minions here. See how well they do. They kill my minions outright. They don't do terrible amounts of damage to me. Oh my gosh, you hear how this character sounds? Oh! Oh! Sounds could be a little bit better, I have to say. But I'm going to go ahead and start roaming around just a bit here now that I've got a couple more items. Looks like we're finding some kind of arachnid alien species. This guy is most likely dead. Looks like they're just roaming as one giant team now. It's a little weird that I can walk over this bridge. Shouldn't I be like walk down? I don't know. Really want to make sure that I'm not going to encounter the entire team. See, yeah, they're roaming as like 2 or 3 people at one time. Not really sure where the rest of them are. But I can come here, hopefully get my ultimate. I like the fact that my minions do go invisible when I come in here. So, probably going to come down there. Oh man, how the crap. I mean, look at that. That looks pretty overpowered. He He came from halfway across the map like it was nothing. Like it was absolutely nothing. Close that distance from like right there. That's pretty impressive. Alright, so let's see if we can take out this tower while the bottom is going down below. Let's go ahead and just do a couple of attack damage on there and then move down here. This guy here, he's got a bunch of minions as well. So this game does feature several different types of units. Oh, hey. Let's do this real quick. Watch this. Boom! And then boom! And then boom! And then boom! And then let's summon the minion. Oh my god, look at this minion. He is giant. Look at what he's doing. He crushes people. Oh wait, he doesn't attack my minion. Okay, never mind. This thing looks ginormous. And it stays with me? Oh no, it finally dies, unfortunately. That would be okay. But did I get a kill on someone? How did I level up? Did I get a kill there? 2, 1, and 4. No. Maybe I just got the assist. Maybe that's what it was. Alright, so no longer can I use that. Last time I can use this, let's see. Applying Vis Toxin every 2 seconds, dealing 26.8 magic damage on per 0.5 seconds. Vis Toxin affects up to 4 times in the last 3 seconds. So I wonder if that actually killed him outright. Did he die? Unsure. Huh. Is he Skag Watcher? I think that's who he is. He is 0, 5, and 2, looks like. So we're crushing them pretty well, despite the fact of not having an additional individual with us. Gone ahead and grabbed my second level of that, which allows me to gain enemies. Let's see, I believe this is, yeah, enemies who take damage from your spells are slowed. So we do get additional slowing power as well. Looks like we lost one of our individuals as well. Oh, get away, Shadow Seed, I'm coming. Coming to assist you. I'm coming, bro. It's alright. We're alright. I get my ultimate. Oh, man. 40 seconds, though. He may be dead. Nope. He's going to kill one guy outright. And I'm going to come here to assist in the other guy real quickly. Hey, what's up, bro? Not going to be doing enough damage. My auto attacks suck. Got to kill these minions down here in the middle. I can pull out fairly far in the game as well. Kill those goad. You really have to take effect, use all your. Oh wait, we just won the game. Alrighty there. So we did finally win the game. And if we look at the ending score, I wish I could look at the ending score. Perhaps we can look at. There we go. So we look at the end score here. I was 2, 1, and 4 at level 13. They had a level 7 on though, 0 and 5, as well as another 0 and 5 level 10. So we didn't even need this guy, even though he left. We still were able to crush. Many thanks to Ninja 12233 or 12234 being 9, 1, and 4. I didn't do too bad myself. 44 CS, I definitely could have done better, but not bad for the second game and not really able to grasp the last hitting. I think that's one thing that people have to learn. The first thing when they learn a new MOBA is learn how the last hitting mechanics work, because you really have to get down the feel and the timing of those type of last hitting mechanics. A lot of times it's you may not seem like a big deal, but from MOBA to MOBA, the slightly different timings really throw off your groove if you're not used to it. But otherwise, guys, let me go ahead and quickly show you the customization options like I mentioned before earlier. So for each character, they have a Manage Artifacts page, which essentially is like the room page. You can customize this per character, meaning that each character can have their own active build, or you can have presets which you use just like room pages in League of Legends for multiple characters. Now, one thing that's different from League of Legends is they have the artifact bonuses or set bonuses, which if you have certain tiers of artifacts, say 3 red, you're going to get plus 4% damage to creeps and monsters. Yellow, you're going to increase starting gold or reduce damage taken by 3%. And this is all different per character, which is pretty cool. Discipline trees, like I mentioned before, these are very much like they are in League of Legends or other games that feature mastery trees. You have sword, which is for physical damage dealers. Sorcery, which is for magical. Body, again, is for tanks. And then mind is for those support types who want additional mana or regen, etc. Each one of them also has a ultimate tier, which gives things like defense penetration, which is like armor penetration, reduction in crowd control, and increase of duration of potions. So those are some of the more interesting or different customization options available in the game. Of course, you can see the individual stats as well. So the game does break down each character individually very well. But the question is, do you want to play something that is somewhat similar to a game you played in the past in terms of MOBAs? Since MOBAs do generally have a very similar style of gameplay, but it's the nitty-gritty details that actually change the core mechanics. I have to say, overall, this feels very much like League of Legends set with, a different universe, different characters, and slightly different mechanics. But if you're familiar with League of Legends and you enjoy that experience, I don't see why you wouldn't enjoy this experience as well. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head off for now. If you guys enjoyed this first look, you guys can check out more at MMOBomb.com, as well as the full profile for Battle for Graxia. If you guys want to try it out now, it is available on Steam. But otherwise, guys, this has been Spunkify. I'll see you guys next time. Spunkify out. Later, guys.